Right, let's start off and give an actual judgment now that we've seen all the reviews, all the controversy on the Patek Cubitus.
And
First
I
new
saw it hands
watch
on
in
too.
and seen it hands on in the last 25 years. Has it been worth the wait? Well, let's take, I don't know, try and set aside. Well, I don't know. You can judge it however you like. If you want to be influenced in your judgment by Mr. Stern, or you just want to vote on the basis of whether you think it's going to be a financial success for the brand, entirely up to you. So, is it a hit, a miss, or maybe? On the count of three, 1, 2, 3, go. Maybe, and three misses. Ariel, why are you giving it a maybe?
I mean, look, it's going to be relatively comfortable and it's going to be cool in a sort of like, oh, that's that thing everyone's talking about. So I can see a real enjoyment out of wearing it. It's not going to be terribly made or anything like that. I would never spend the money on it. Like, never. I don't care how much money I have. Just on principle, I think it's too much money. So the maybe it goes into the fact like, would I be a consumer? No. Would I wear it? Yeah. Um, Times I look at it, it doesn't offend me. Certain times I look at it, I was like, why did they do that? I'm not a huge fan of the design, though I'm not opposed to it in general because I think it'll sort of like, again, I'm just someone that likes new designs. I'm never that type of person who's like, it doesn't immediately appeal to me. Um, the asymmetric one, yeah, I don't think I could handle that. Um, I would be silly just go for like the two-tone one, like the one that like no one would think about wearing. But again, maybe in the sense that like if you gave me one, yeah, I'd wear it once in a while, and I'm not offended by it, but I'm I'm definitely not excited. Let's put it that way.
I know. I think I give it maybe because I actually like the asymmetrical one. Bizarrely, I think. Yeah, I don't know why. I can't explain it, so I'm not going to bother trying. Ripley, you give it a miss.
Yeah, well, Rick, if you like the asymmetrical one, we can just gift you a snow globe for Christmas, and that will totally satisfy your urge for that. I
I'd
gave
love
it
to
a
watch Snow
miss.
Globe.
Yeah, I'd actually like that quite a bit. I gave it a miss. So in a vacuum, it's not a bad watch. If you gave me one, I'd wear it, like Ariel said, happily. If for no other reason for people to be like, wait, did you really? I'd be like, no, it was a gift, and like from who? I'd be like the brand. So I mean, I would wear it. It's in a vacuum. It's not a bad watch, but I think this watch is inseparable from just what it is in context of Patek, and so I have to give it a miss. It's the weird misshapen brother to the Nautilus. It's now been further tainted by what's been kind of an unmeasured response from the brand as far as the criticism. And even if you threw in the cufflinks, I wouldn't be spending my own money on it because it's just really really expensive for what effectively equates to a time and date watch, and even more so if you want the complications. So I you know I have to give it a miss just because I can't. It is Patek. I can't view it outside the context of the brand. But if you put a different brand's name on the dial and gave it to me, I think I'd be quite happy with it. Although I couldn't see it being my everyday piece. No, regardless.
David, you gave it a miss on reflection.
Yeah, I mean it's well documented on this podcast that I'm not a fan of this design and this approach. So yeah, it's an easy miss, I think.
An easy miss, Guy. An easy miss for you, or a bit of consideration?
Oh, I mean, it's an easy miss, but for quite a few, like, did you call it the hinge the other day when I was listing the bit on the left? The hinge
Yes.
it's way too big, and actually, I just think it's bad design. Basically, I know it would be comfortable, it would be nice. Um, I saw the Benjamin James kind of version, who kind of lucked out at the weekend, and managed to launch a very similar looking watch with a green dial, and that's 500 quid, and it's a lot nicer. And I think if you want a square watch, if you want a nice looking, good brand square watch, you put this next to a Santos, and the Santos is just leagues and leagues above. I do think there's something quite cool about the two tone, despite what Ariel said, but um, but it's just badly done, really. And I think also if you're going to like spend ages and come out like everyone's like, oh, you've got to do something new, you've got to do something new. This isn't new. It's just vaguely different shape of something that no one can buy anyway because there's massive wait lists on. So what's the point?
And it's not just about new. It's not like it just has to be new. It also has to be good. It's so strange.
Yeah.
So many comments saying, "Well, they did something new. Why aren't you happy?" It's not like do a new movie or whatever, and then people just go and praise it because it's a new movie. It also has to be good,
But did you see the video? Someone made this in Photoshop from a Nautilus. Apparently, it's 3 moves in Photoshop to go from a Nautilus to this.
Yeah, we hate the low effort. That's what we don't like. Like your
Yeah.
Patek, you charge a giant premium. Can't you put in giant effort like your, what was it? Their advanced lab, those weird watches they do that are expensive and have like some open dials. Like those aren't very pretty either, but at least it looks like they put a bunch of effort into it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe Cherry Stern is just learning to use Photoshop, and as we discussed earlier, that's how he managed to create 20 new designs. It was just using the curve tool on Photoshop. So imagine what else he's come up with in his other.
Honestly, as
19
no, he
designs.
discovered generative AI and he's having fun. He's like, wait a minute, I found something.
yeah.
Nautilus in square shape. Whoa, that looks easy enough.
I think we'll try that after the show as to whether generative AI can.
Can we recreate it? Can we find the exact command?
Yeah, I think I'll have a go at that afterwards. Anyway, right. So that is it. It's not. I hope it's the final word, but it probably won't be. Mainly because there'll be 3 different colorways and different materials coming any day now. One would.
And they'll sell like loads and loads of them, and they'll be like, it's a massive success.
I wonder if they will. I wonder if us lowly geek watch critiquers have broken through the media barrier into kind of in the more general world, that people who would be customers of this are now, the edge is being taken off ever so slightly. They're going, wait a minute, people really don't like this watch. And
I don't. So a friend of mine's been offered one by his AD, and he just said, "Well, I'm going to buy it because you get it when the first year of production is it's worth buying, and to become a new old find in
become new old stock in 2 years to be able to take the movement out of it and put it in something else."
I've heard from a lot of people exactly that same story, that if you have a relationship with the dealer's reaching out to sell them. So I know that they're playing this whole thing about waiting lists or whatever, but multiple people I've known have said, I've been offered one of these at retail price. That does not speak to me of Moonswatch success.